There's a place in college called Earl's on the Ave, and that you would always order Earl's waffle fries when you were after a real fun night out. You'd come home and you'd go, I just actually deleted their number from my phone.
Those are like regret fries?
They were drenchy fries. Ooh, yeah.
Man.
They were like in the sauce. Oof.
Oh.
And you'd come and you'd like reminisce about the evening and you just down those fries and then you'd pass out.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Good night.
It was a good night.
Well,
it was a good time.
Listener, you might wonder why we're talking about French fries at the beginning of our episode. And this is actually going to be a very unconventional episode compared to our usual ones.
That's correct.
In that we're going to introduce the topic right away. Mm-hmm. And I think there'll be a good amount of we'll probably be checking in one way or another throughout the episode.
Oh, but don't you think our listeners enjoy trying to search for the topic? Like little treasure hunters?
Yeah.
What topic will this actually be?
No, this one, we're talking about originality today.
Okay.
And in the spirit of originality, we have 6, I can count, different hot sauces in front of us that are maybe arranged by least hot to most hot.
No, it's Russian roulette style.
Yeah. Oh, imagine. Yeah. So for you audio listeners, there's 6 hot sauces in front of us. We're staring at them right now. They're intimidating, and we have McDonald's chicken nuggets right here.
Chicken McNuggets.
Chicken nuggies.
And we're gonna have one, and we're just gonna dunk and try and get the sauce out, and then go one at a time. So that's it. So I say we just start.
Which is an unoriginal idea. It is it's a cliche idea.
What is
so original?
Us
eating hot sauce?
Eating hot sauce.
Eating hot, yeah.
Dare I say, which is, I think the point of this, the irony of us doing something unoriginal. To then look at you're just going for it.
Yeah, no, I want
wow.
I want a lot of sauce
You're
for all of them.
Okay, for people who cannot see, Logan just picked up the chili.
We're on the very end.
Peppercorn chili oil.
Now, who's okay?
And just
we're just gonna this
dunk.
Is gonna be a mess.
We really are just jumping in.
We are jumping in.
We're dunking in.
I'm swirling it.
Yeah, you're swirling. Okay,
we're swirling in.
I'm sinking it.
Then, there you go.
All right.
So this is what are we looking at here? This is a Lee
Kumkey.
peppercorn chili oil sauce.
They make the staple. They make the staple hoisin sauce for pho. You know.
Yeah. They're the classic. You go to the grocery store. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, that just tastes good.
Sure, yeah, it's got a little taste. It's got a little zing.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good with this one.
Playing on easy mode right now.
Yeah, this is easy.
Originality. The first thing I think of about originality, Virgil Abloh. Before he died, he was the fashion director for Louis Vuitton. Started a company called Off-White beforehand, has had a number of fashion brands. And what he says is a creative idea only needs to be, I believe it's either 93 or 94% original.
Okay.
Or 90, it's going to be 93 or 94% the same of something that already exists.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was just going to say.
So it doesn't need to be that original.
It only needs to be 6 to 7% original.
Exactly. That's the bar. That's all you need.
That's a huge. It's a huge. The 94 was whoa.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah. No,
I was about to disagree with Virgil.
Impossible.
I was about to say, excuse me, Virgil. That's a high bar.
It is.
That's that first idea that largely originality is a semantics game. It's just a tiny bit.
That's so true.
As time moves forward, that bar gets to go lower and lower.
Oh, absolutely.
You think?
I think so.
Well, and there's this idea of you've heard something
sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, you've heard something and you're thinking about it and maybe someone else has the same premise of an idea that you have. You can have the same, it's in comedy, you can have the same premise just by content that you've seen, or maybe you saw something and you don't remember that you saw it, but it's influenced something that you've done.
Yeah.
So you could think that you're doing something super original, but it's actually a commemoration, something that emulsification.
No, I know.
What am I talking about?
I think that is just
a bunch of things melding together.
One thing I think that's a little different about that specifically is I think that's real, but I think that's just inevitable with being humans and being in the world and experiencing the world. Is that as the world changes, our opinions about them grow, and it's not wild to think that you and somebody else share the same idea about how the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think like information and ideas overlap at some point.
Yes.
You know, because like I was every now and then I'll get recommended like reels for my reels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this person's just discovering this thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is so new. Like I'm like, no, it's not new. This is like 30 years ago. This was like new. You know.
Yeah.
So just like oh, so it's just like the newer gen artists like they're discovering this thing, thinking it's new.
Yeah.
But it's like it
exists
new
to them in a
it's
way,
new to them.
You know?
It's true.
But the issue is like, it's new. The way they word it, it's like, it's new. Like no, it's not new.
Yeah. I think there is a certain level of like you have to accept that there's nothing new under the sun.
Self-awareness too.
And thus, nothing can be original.
Yeah, is that
everything has already been done.
Yeah.
Maybe
like a 10%.
I need something spicy.
I know.
We gotta go. We gotta go next.
All right. So wait, hold on. We've had.
Just the oil part. It's getting to bring the paste one.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get to a real. Now we're doing sriracha.
I'm very much looking for this one.
Sriracha. I think I'm right in saying this. The company's like going out.
What?
So that bottle and that packaging you won't find in stores
It's vintage
anymore.
now.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, this is the most popular sauce.
They also made sriracha mayo now. I don't know if you guys know that.
I do know it exists.
Are you trying to make me feel better about your mayo comment?
Oh my gosh.
I did say I was nervous about this, and Zeroni asked me if I thought mayo was spicy. Which was a really good burn, actually. That was good. That was good. No, that was just good. That was good.
No, that's for the Zeroni diss track.
That felt really appropriate, and I applaud it.
All right, sriracha on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The sriracha on. Okay. That's so good. They can't go out of business.
Couple bad years of peppers.
Sriracha on rice is like the best.
Mm-hmm. So is that spicy to you too?
It's no. I'm like, okay, I'm not crying. My nose isn't running.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, something about like I normally have a pretty high tolerance.
I'm not coughing, crying. My nose isn't running. I'm not mad at you. What other feelings do I get? I'm not like drawing within, being really silent because that's how I like deal with pain. I'm like.
Start sweating.
That's kind of what I do.
Give it like 15 minutes. You'll be there. So
but I could keep scooping this.
Idea?
Nothing's new, or that idea that there is no original idea. That's something that I actually think about. There's this idea. Do you know what like post-X is? Like postmodern.
Oh yeah.
Or post-whatever. I truly think that we're in this post like whatever world now that we're in this globalized internet world where actually all ideas are just like essentially collages of what came before it in a way that's not like how Romanticism like looked back on the Greeks. It's like it's a different world where everything is everything all at once. And that like weird collage of things is kind of what makes it's kind of what originality for young artists looks like these days because that's how they interpret all that's come before them. I don't know. That's a thought I've had.
It's a good thought.
It's just like also the internet too. It's just
the internet.
It's like everything is readily available on your phone.
Yeah,
It's just like so you just see something inherently you get influenced by
Absolutely.
it. And then I mean like when I first started doing photography, I was like I had like people that I look up to and I basically just melded everyone together.
Yes.
And that's how I derive my shooting style from.
Absolutely.
Same with dance. So
absolutely. I mean, absolutely, because you look at people you love and I think there's a quote that I have no idea how it goes, but the essence of it is like great artists steal from great artists or something like that.
Yeah.
Like and imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. That's another one.
there's also flip the script.
Flip the script.
Which is a term.
You're saying is like some level like imitation is like you can't get away from it.
No. You can't possibly get away from it. I have a story that I don't know if I should tell now or after we've had another thing of sauce.
We're just gonna cruise through them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
At this rate.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
someone's honking outside.
That's true.
Well, here, how about you tell your story? I'm just gonna have more of this sriracha stuff.
Okay.
I didn't have dinner or lunch.
My favorite comedian is Tig Notaro, and I like watch her stuff all the time. I listen to her stuff all the time, and I like would very much love to be her, you know, as much as I like being myself. Like I really like her comedic style, like the tricksiness of it, the silliness of it. And I've been doing this bit where I'm talking about how skinny I got from being so sick, and how I could see all of the ribs on my like when I was standing before looking at myself in the mirror naked, I could see every single one of my bones, all of my ribs. And I went, I could play the xylophone on my ribs. And so then I pretend to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on my ribs. But I like do this kind of like thing that she does, which is like she does something silly and then she like kind of pauses and she looks the audience. And I mean, it's very much like something that I watched her do, that I'm like, anything I can try and make a bit that's similar to her. Like, and then I was in Boise for Tree Fort Fest, which they have a comedy section of it now.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Mark Maron. You guys know who
Legend.
he is? Yeah. And we were just talking, and he was really nice to even talk to us lowlifes. And I was telling him about the bit, and I was like, oh, I'm a little bit worried that I'm like ripping Tig off, you know, for this idea. Like it feels very much like her game plan.
But it's like a variant though, right?
Yeah. And he was like, no way. No, you're totally not. I know. And I was like, that's great.
Straight from the source.
I know. I was like, thanks.
That's so
That's
funny.
nice. I mean,
You're
maybe honestly, maybe it's arrogant thinking that I was like gripping. Maybe Tig would watch it and she was like, that's not me at all. You know, whatever.
But nobody.
But like, I do think of like, would I have come up with that if I hadn't seen it through her? I have no idea. It's a bit that I love.
Yeah.
And it is a bit that plays with the audience, and she does
So
well. She does it so well.
Do you feel like you have a joke that you've written that's like 100% original? Like uninfluenced by the world in any way?
No.
No, yeah. So that like,
Absolutely not.
I don't know. It's hard to say where that barrier ends up being.
Yeah. Where
Or
originally
that
begins
line
and
where you
ends.
draw the line. Like
Yeah.
just because there's another form.
Oh, that
you know
was a
how many
cough.
songs are verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then it ends?
Oh, or what, 3 chords?
Oh yeah. Or the like classic like Don't Stop Believing chords. Bum 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 bum. Like those
Yeah.
like 4 chords are in so many different songs. And
Yeah.
but there's different words and different meanings and
Yeah.
different feelings that like it's so much more than just what chords you use. But to borrow structure from another thing that's already exists is like that's fine.
Who would you say in your field is like truly original, really hard? Like if you even like were trying to do what they do, it's really hard. I can think of 2 people immediately who
I
I
have some
think in
people as well.
comedy
Yeah.
who are really like
Say names.
so different. Okay.
Say your name
Drop
and say
some
why.
Okay,
Yeah.
Julio Torres is a comedian. He wrote for SNL, based in New York, Brooklyn. He wrote the Wells for Boys sketch on SNL, which is like a play or like the type play company of toys, but it's a well for boys who like to think about their thoughts and stuff. And he also has a special called My Favorite Shapes.
Yeah.
Where he just like talks about a shape.
Yeah.
Like I think that is truly so original. And then also Joe Firestone has like a.
That's a cool name.
Isn't that great?
Crazy.
Just her way of delivering things is really interesting. So those are 2 people that I'm thinking of. What about y'all?
For me, for breakdancing, that's so like originality is such a big like topic in the dance community, right? And we have a sign for it. We have a sign for people who copy moves, and it's this.
Oh, dang.
No. Whoa.
So usually it happens when you're at battles, you know, and then someone does a move, you're just like, look at this guy, you know, and then that's usually like people are like, oh, like everyone in the crowd's like, oh, who did he bite that off of? It's called biting, yeah.
Yeah.
So when
Biting
someone does a
your
move
and
like it's like dope, and you're like, you know, like you just do this.
I love
It's
that.
like, you bet that from someone.
That's great. You're biting their shit.
Yeah. So that's a big topic in the breakdancing community. So cool. Yeah. So like it's always like in the back of my mind, like somewhere in the world probably did this already.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But like it's like that's why documentation is such a big thing in the community. Like that's why like there's people with Instagrams who basically just like keep and like it's a record. It's like, oh, this person from like early 1970s did this move.
Yeah.
It's his move, you
Yeah.
know. And so people always like have that. I was like, oh, like so and so did this back in '93, something like that.
Yeah.
But for originality, I would have to say one of the most original I've seen in my time of dancing. There's this b-boy from Texas. He goes by Zeshin. And I found a video of him from like 11 years ago called Nocturnal Emissions. And this dude is so good with like footwork and like musicality. So I kind of like been following him for a while, and I kind of like gathered like how he like his mind works. Essentially, what he does is like he listens to like different kinds of music, not just breaks. So he'll listen to like samba music. He'll listen to like some Latin, some reggae, and he'll learn a dance from that style and then incorporate it to breakdancing.
I love that. And actually when you're talking, I was thinking about like, it's really interesting, like the names of styles from cultures, from people. Like in musical theater, you have like your Fosse, which is like very much like angular and about like these kind of things.
Yeah.
For people who are not watching on the YouTube, I'm talking about wrist and finger placement.
And I was just, it just doesn't exist now in that realm yet, you know? No one else does that. Like when he was first breaking and people saw him at battles, they're like, who is this kid? You know, like, how is he doing that? It looks so easy, but when you try to do it, you're like, oh, this is hard.
What's his name?
Zeshin.
Zeshin?
Zeshin.
I wonder if like there's going to be like a Zeshin style of breakdance.
There might be. I don't know.
Might already be.
There might already be. Yeah. No.
So cool.
He's like so different from his crewmates too. Like everyone in his crew is different, you know, like has their own move sets. His is like so defined, you know. It's like you could tell that, oh, that's Zeshin. Like, growing up when I was watching a lot of b-boys dance, he was like one of the people that stood out because like no one has a style, you know. I was like if someone tried to copy or someone tried to do his rhythm, his beats, people were like, oh, the dude, like that's, you know.
You know it when you see it.
So it's just like one of those things. Like it's still in its infancy stages. Breakdancing was, and like I think he was just like. Yeah, he just had so many things going on in his life that he liked to do. Yeah. And he's just like, dude, why don't I incorporate samba into breaking, you know? Like, everyone's so focused on the flashy stuff. Like, why not the intricate, you know? It's, like, subtle, you know?
And then it's, like, a little new flavor. And so
it's a new flavor,
it draws the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, like, it's, like, so... And now breaking's so saturated now with that it's in the Olympics now, so...
Plus the internet.
Are you kidding
Plus
me?
the internet, social media.
Let's go.
It is.
Yeah, now it's super hard
Shout
to be
out
original.
It's
super hard to be original in breaking now.
Yeah.
Like with everything else. So.
Oh.
Do you think
That's
that
really
changes the breaking culture? Oh, so we should have a thing.
I agree.
Let's have another thing.
But I'm really curious about the answer.
New sauce unlocked.
Yeah.
Which one's this one?
This is
Yeah, this is Guerrero y Maria salsa verde hot sauce. This is a local company.
Local?
Yeah, they're they have like a text us on the side there, and it is a 509 number.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out 509.
509.
Okay, that's adequate.
That smells so good.
Ooh, wait, I didn't smell it.
Yeah, you were
that's
smelling the sauces when you
fantastic.
got in.
Yeah, if it burns your nostril hairs.
It smells fresh.
All right.
Right.
By the smell, I'm not that worried. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's delicious.
That was great.
That's not that spicy.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, not medium.
That's like a palate cleanser.
Okay. Yeah, this is not a crazy day.
Yeah, the sriracha was hotter than that.
Yeah, the sriracha was hotter than that.
Was this mild?
How are you faring?
Yeah, say it.
I'm faring very well.
Okay.
So,
Mild, this is nothing.
do you think
It's a half a star.
break culture is going to have to change or adapt as a result of that? Like, kind of newfound popularity in the scene?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many crazy dudes coming out with some insane. It's like okay, like originality is such a hard thing to achieve. Now everyone's pushing the boundaries, like doing crazy stuff. Like,
How much do you have to be like? How much does like the ability of your body to move versus like perhaps influence and emotion affect your originality? Like,
I think that's more so like your character, your flavor, you know.
Okay.
Like a lot of the b-boys who are like original, they don't do crazy stuff. Like
Okay.
they don't do like, you know, like spinning your head,
Right.
like lift them up with both
Yeah.
your hands and then end with your elbow. That's a move that someone can do.
Right.
That's original. Like but
Okay.
it's a combo original. Like that's the first person who did that in a combo.
Right.
But in terms of like in terms of style,
yeah.
like they're not really like, oh, I mean, I've seen people do that.
It's more like
this style.
refining their style
Yeah.
and like their like artistic direction.
If someone shows up to a jam and
Mm-hmm.
everyone knows who you are based on just how you carry yourself,
Yeah.
that's original. Like I said, like when you watch like b-boys come into, let's say for my perspective at least,
Yeah.
like, people come into jams and like everyone's kind of, you know, dressed like the same and like do the same moves just in different tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when then like someone comes in, they got like this like aura about them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that guy has this.
They're authentic.
They're authentic, yeah.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on. I'm so sorry. We started off just because we're gonna ping pong back and forth through this. I feel like,
Oh yeah.
which is that nothing can be original,
Nothing.
but maybe the most original thing you can possibly be is yourself. So maybe you yourself are incredibly original.
Yeah.
Just by like your own life experience,
Yeah.
you're the most original thing.
Yeah.
You being you
Yeah.
is
You is
incredibly
you. Yeah.
incredibly original.
That's the thing too.
I
Like,
can't handle this.
Can we create an artist from scratch nowadays? Like if we drop someone in the middle of nowhere and like
Yes.
no influence,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
can they connect the dots and be like,
Can
oh,
they?
this
They
you know,
make something.
Yeah.
And they probably will because they'll
Yeah.
be so damn bored.
Oh, for
you
sure.
grew up in the woods.
Yeah. No. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
boredom.
you did.
I think boredom's one of the best influences to like making art for anybody. One of the artist's way chapters talks about somebody who's like, it's like early on in the process when
Yeah.
you're doing the morning pages, and they talk about somebody who moved to like Santa Fe, or not Santa Fe. I don't fucking know. They moved to maybe New
can't
Mexico
remember.
or something. They
Okay.
moved like deserts. They're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're in the Southwest.
And they're journaling every day and staring out their window. And they just keep journaling and journaling and journaling until one day that they start writing a story because there's nothing else to do.
Boredom's uncomfortable though. Can we talk about that?
That's good.
Boredom is like I think it's really
supposed to be.
hard to be bored these days because there's so many things you can do to not be quote unquote bored, or you can like kind of numb yourself out.
Yeah.
It's hard to just sit there and be bored.
Yeah, I think like a lot of do you know David Foster Wallace at all? He wrote
I feel like I know
Infinite
them.
Jest. He's kind of like a thinker.
Stop.
No,
You've read Infinite Jest?
I haven't read Infinite Jest. It's on the list, but one day I will.
Gosh.
I did just finished that Murakami book that was like 1,200 pages. But anyway,
Oh my God.
I know I just finished it, and now I'm under Crime and Punishment. Anyway, Infinite Jest.
That's us.
David Foster Wallace, one of his biggest critiques about like society is more and more so that we're uncomfortable with boredom and with silence. And that was his like the thesis of what he was
Yeah.
trying to achieve through his writing and through his scholarly work was that more and more so we're becoming uncomfortable with that, and that's bad for us. And ultimately people are going to be less able to connect to themselves and to what makes them human. And
So you're saying I should be uncomfortable.
we're all going to be like the people in Wall-E. Yeah, we're supposed to be uncomfortableness is very, very good. And the less that you be bored and be silent is his thesis, is that the less capable you will be of doing it.
That's valid. I do like
Man.
doing things that make me uncomfortable first.
But even as like for a photographer, that looks a lot different. Like if you're somebody who's trying to write a novel, you have to be alone, and that's a little bit different. But to be a photographer, you have to be so locked in and focused in that moment as you're shooting.
Yeah.
So that looks different for what your form is, and probably what resonates best with who you are as a person or who anybody is. Like your art form is going to mirror what your soul needs, I think.
I just finished Hoot Fest this weekend.
Yeah.
Shout
And,
out. Let's go.
that
Okay,
was
street team.
That was a challenge for
Let's
sure.
go.
Yeah.
Say more.
I just never shot. I mean, I shot sports, but not at that like degree.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like 2 days straight. Oh, actually, no. We started Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh
it was
my
going.
God.
The Thursday, Friday before the Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
And then Saturday, Sunday, both days. I was up by 8. No, I was out there by 7
Oh.
on Saturday, and then I didn't go home till like past 6.
Did you ever get bored of shooting basketball?
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think is also what put me on edge was the over sensory.
Oh.
The over sensory of just everything
I
around
couldn't
you.
do it.
And having a list of like stuff you need
Yeah.
to like capture before like you miss it.
Right.
And there's certain time gaps where it's like this is only like an hour long and this is only 5 minutes long. So you have to be there, you know.
Oh my god.
But the cool thing about it is that I had a team. We're in a team.
Yeah. How many
So-
of there were you?
Ooh, there was like 8 of us maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So we actually had good coverage.
That's great.
My the girl who put me on, her name is Allison.
Let's shout out Allison.
Shout
Let's
out,
go.
yeah.
Shout out Allison for putting Hector on.
Yeah, everyone put Hector on.
she last year she was saying like she only had like maybe like 3 or 4 people last year, so it was just tighter windows.
Whoa.
Now that it's like more lax. So,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
that's good.
But no, that was a challenge because that really put the test for like, okay, like everyone else here has shot sports. You know, like what can I bring to the table that can be different? That was my mindset. And
Aesthetic.
I also
making it look cool AF.
Yeah, you being you.
Let's go.
I
The
also-
2 things that I've seen, or the things that you've posted thus far, I'm like,
that was like my
I'm like, these are amazing.
that was my objective for the like not only
Yeah.
capture what it needs to be captured. It's just like I'll check off the
Yeah.
list. But I also wanted to like, okay, what can I bring that's different to the table?
Yeah.
You know, but you still show a good product. You know,
Yeah.
Dude, that was so hard.
Did you do any film?
I did. I shot 2 rolls of film. So
Let's go.
one black and white, one color. So
I'm so excited.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, but who knows?
That's awesome.
It was good. That was good. A good test for originality for me because okay, like how can like I said, I wanted to bring fresh eyes to the plate because there's like so many talented photographers on the team. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, wait, which one was this one?
This is
Buoys.
Buoys.
Buoys. I'm excited about this one.
Local dude.
Does it smell good?
It's pepper sauce.
It's got that peppery smell.
It's kind of. I mean, I think it's more of akin to a buffalo sauce,
That's what it was smelling like that to me.
but they call it pepper sauce. It's Bowie's a cool dude. You'll see him out doing the markets and stuff.
Buoys.
This
Let's
stuff's
go,
crazy.
Bowie.
It's good. It's good stuff.
All right, to Bowie.
Bowie.
To Buoy.
Buoy.
Cheers.
Yum. That's so crazy.
Not bad. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's a great sauce.
That is very good.
I love Bowie's.
Very good.
I'm a little. It was a little hot.
You feel it?
Not too bad.
That's so interesting because I feel sriracha more than this.
It's
every
like
day of the week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another. I love.
Yeah, I like this one so far though.
Yeah,
The
that one's
salsa verde.
pleasant. It's so.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
I like the palate. I'm excited for the next 2 sauces, but we're gonna keep going.
Does this have? That's not what I was looking for. Here we go. Does this one have the Serrano in it?
Serrano.
Serrano. No, this one does not have Serrano. Oh, I think it might be that one. Oh, you know what? No, I thought it was this little green one. They must have just the teeny tiniest dot of Serrano pepper in here.
Can I make a guess on which one's gonna be the hottest?
Yeah.
The next one.
I don't
Really?
think so. I mean,
Because-
but it is the most vibrant color.
Well, here's the thing. Every time I've gone to people's houses and they're like offered me like hot sauce, it's always the tiniest bottle.
You know what? That's a really good point.
It's always the
fair.
reddest bottle, the tiniest size.
Well, I'll explain what the next one is. I mean, we're gonna be reeling after these next 2. So that'll
Are
be,
we? I haven't reeled so far.
Give it a good 5-10 minutes.
You're right. I haven't. This has been nothing.
But you can explain what it is.
So yeah, this is not local. It's black truffle infused. So I think that's a reason why a smaller bottle for that one sells. Because
Rough. Yeah.
black truffle oil is expensive.
This
Oh.
is delightful.
I
This is
highly.
also, can we just shout out to Bowie for using Jokerman font?
Yeah, Joker. Yeah, that's wild. That's amazing though.
Jokerman font.
But he like in a reclaimed kind of way.
And a totally reclaimed kind
It's
of way.
great. I love it.
It's a revamp. It's a flip the script. Man.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like.
Love that.
Yeah. That is not a bad use of Joker, man.
You know what? It has a nice tingle on the lips afterwards.
It's got a nice tingle.
got a nice
It's got a nice
tingle.
mouth feel.
But it has a great
Yeah, I use
mouthfeel.
that like chicken buffalo sandwiches. That's the sauce I
Oh,
use.
Ooh, yum.
yeah.
I like that.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's killer.
That I really want one of those now.
All right.
A little Sammy, come on. Like a little pickle for the
pickle, and then I make a slaw too.
Oh, yum.
Delicious.
Yeah, we'll have to make that happen. So this idea of something I want to parse further. Oh my god. I just like swallowed and whatever the spice is just went in my throat and stayed there.
Let's go.
Okay. No, this idea that like what you said of Camrynne, of us, our originality being like what makes us us. I think that still harkens more so back to the fact that we all have different experiences and different ways of interpreting the world around us. I don't think like everybody being themselves is inherently all that original.
Yeah.
But it's more so like
It's ponged back to the other thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna ping.
There's no originality. There's originality. There's no originality. There's originality.
It's like an archetype, kind of.
Yeah, there's some things that are archetypal, but there's also some level of it's just like that's I don't know. I think it's really, really hard in this day and age to get to like that place of real originality or real like trying not to do something in somebody's person.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a really thin line between it looking like copying or looking like more trite and something that's a little bit more like revealing of somebody's like inner spirit in their art.
Right.
And I think that's a hard line to toe. And just that it's somebody's original thought or their idea doesn't mean it necessarily is imbued with this originality, because I think to understand what makes you you and to put that in your art is like the puzzle that we'll never solve, you know?
Exactly. Actually, I was just inspired by these napkins to bring up a thought about originality. So we've all can you just show the napkin?
This is a brown paper napkin.
This is a brown paper napkin from McDonald's, and we all have them, and we've all been using them. And just let's take a look at the differences between each napkin.
So mine
is perfect.
Yeah, it's nearly.
Right. Yours is folded,
a little crumpled,
and then mine's a wadded up piece of bark.
and none of that was intentional.
Well, you know what? I have to say, I always notice how people use their napkins, because I always like intend for my napkin to look like that, and then I like end up with this, and I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah. But I think even that, like the unconscious part of your art being made, is maybe where that originality comes from.
This explains a lot about me. The way this napkin is.
All right, well, let's get this
Like
next
my
one.
mental health.
Hey,
Let's
next
do it.
one.
All right, everyone thinks this is going to be pretty hot. I've been skeptical.
Yeah,
I'm skeptical.
my take is on this one for sure.
You think this?
I think this is my main one. Yeah.
Honestly,
We'll see.
You know what? After this one was not
Find
that
out in the next
spicy, maybe
chapter.
I'm a little bit like the other green one isn't going to be that spicy.
That was thick.
Wow, dude, you
Sticky.
slathered it on.
Well, if it's gonna be spice, I wanna.
Is that the spice smell? Gotta smell it out.
That's all right.
No, it has the truffle. I smell the truffle really
Okay.
good. It
I love
smells
truffle,
amazing.
dude. Have you guys ever tried truffle aioli?
Oh yeah,
So good.
that's got it's a strong truffle smell.
Truffle.
Truffle. Okay.
Lot of truffle.
Excellent.
man.
Truffle.
Cheers to truffle.
Nothing. Mushroom.
Oh.
I knew it. I
Ooh.
called it.
It might be a creeper.
It's got a little smoke afterwards. Smoky.
You said mushroom? No,
Did I?
Yeah,
So it got a heavy truffle. Oh,
yeah, truffle.
Oh.
wait a second.
It's got a little creep.
All I'm saying,
got a creep.
y'all need to put more spice on your things, because I
It's got a
keep like
creep.
dunking it like 8 times over. I feel it every time.
I'll do it again.
Yeah,
It got a little
I'll do
creep.
it again.
get it. Yeah, do that.
You know what?
If you do that, you will taste the spice.
That one's a creep.
I'm a weirdo.
That one's a creep. You know what? I'm feeling a little flushed.
You're feeling it?
I'm feeling it. That one creeps up on you.
I'm just.
It's got a silent creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
I'm calling. This needs to be renamed the creep.
Yeah.
Creeper.
The
You
creep.
kind of feel it on like your whole mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like.
It goes like this. It goes.
It goes like this to me. It starts here on my tongue.
Yeah.
It goes-
Yeah. That.
all
exactly.
around your mouth.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I feel
Sound
that.
good.
I wonder why they do that.
That one's got a little daggers, little daggers at the back. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh,
Because I said, you're not gonna get me, and then it went, yes, I am.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the spiciest one so far.
I feel that. I'm glad.
The creep.
I'm glad that got there.
I'm going back to buoys though. Buoys is my favorite.
Yeah, buoys. It was bussin'.
Let me ask you guys this.
Ask away.
When was the last time you were like, oh, I've never seen that before, in someone's like work?
Last time.
Where you were like genuinely like, wow, I've never seen that before.
But it's so tough. Like one example I was going to bring up for people who I think are really original in music is Tyler the Creator.
Oh,
because that's somebody who's like doing his thing in fashion,
that guy just doing his thing,
and everything.
Yeah.
But you can still point to where his influences are. But Igor, as an album, has many moments that are unlistenable. It won a Grammy for Rap Album of the Year, although most of it wasn't rap. There was hardly any rapping on it. I mean, it had some mid-fi and lo-fi elements into like some really. It was just weird. It was pitched. It was weird, and it was cool, and it was artful, and you can trace where all the different influences make what it is, and how weird it is. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's like all that original. It's just like a brilliant combination of things, which I love. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's different.
I think like Death Grips is that way too, which is like a metal infused.
I'm so sorry.
You're feeling it.
So
I'm
creep.
distracted by the creep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway, yeah, I think there's a lot of things, especially in the music realm, where it's like, okay, well, there's too many things that are like given.
Yeah. You ever listen to to music and then the artist that you like, not like necessarily like or follow, but they just like make music in general. You ever see them make a left turn out of nowhere?
Taylor Swift. Come on.
Hey, you're right. Come on. You're right. I was gonna say Andre 3000. But
You think he made a left turn?
Bro, did you see his last album that he dropped?
Yeah. He's off the grid for a long time. I figured he'd come back.
Your nose is dripping.
Yeah, of course it is.
Ooh.
He just like tossed the ball and went.
Yeah, I don't care. And
Everyone was like, "Oh, new Andre 3000," and then they put on like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wait,
it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Was he the one who did like the saxophone or something, or the flute?
It's all, and it's like a lot of it's electronic flute album.
Yeah,
that's sick.
It's weird. It's wild.
I love that.
But he's like one of the greatest rappers of all
He
time.
and Lizzo are really reimagining the flute.
I take it back. I have another artist in mind that went another left turn.
Yeah,
major left turn. Joji.
Joe, there's the one.
There's the one.
Oh my god. So Joji's like a R&B kind of pop sad boy.
Okay.
But before then, for like a decade, he was a YouTuber named Filthy Frank. Do you know Filthy Frank?
No.
I have one Filthy Frank because there's a lot of things that are unrepeatable, degenerate, and cancelable.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But the one Filthy Frank thing I'll always remember as a kid was him going into like public film, like he's going to bathrooms,
Okay.
and he's going to a stall, and he slides a medal under, and he says, "Hey, can you give this to me? I'm a vegan. I deserve it." So messed up.
That sounds like that weird internet time.
It really is.
He's the one who invented the Harlem Shake.
That's how he got famous. Things. It was one of those things you had to be there.
Okay, yeah.
It was wild. And then he went one day.
Like that area. It's that era. Yeah.
But then one day, all of that stopped. And it was Joji, who's like, just like kind of pop.
Sad boy lo-fi.
Type, who's like top 200 in the world.
Yeah. Filthy Frank, you go reinvent yourself.
It's crazy to me watching that as like a person that's watched him like, from the beginning.
Oh no. I can't, like, why do we share this? Why do we share this knowledge? This is not good.
I don't know.
But yeah, that is the perfect U-turn.
It's like a giant U-turn. Is that original?
You know what?
There's David.
Is reinventing yourself an original move? I think so.
You be a paperclip. Back, boom, boom, boom.
Camrynne,
are you good?
You're a little quieter than usual.
Am I?
Is the truff? Did that get you?
That one got me a little bit.
Oh damn. Well then let's hit this last one.
I'm excited for the last one.
Wait, you guys, hold on. You guys just glazed over me talking about T Swift. T Swift on the pod.
Okay.
Listen, to quote my favorite comedian, Jay Jordan, one of them.
Okay.
He was like, I like Taylor Swift when she was Pennsylvania trash, trying to be country trash. And now you want, what? Have I offended the T Swift people? And now you want me to understand pop T Swift? I don't know. I just like, all I have to say is I'm very supportive of the Travis Kelce and T Swift because it feels like a homecoming to T Swift, country T Swift. Feels like we've come back. And that is the T Swift that I love. It's T Swift OG album. It's Fearless.
And that's what matters to you.
It is Speak Now. And then I completely fell off because she was like, I'm doing pop now. And I'm like, no. I want more Tim McGraw. I want more of all of that era.
I like everything she does a little bit.
You do?
And that's like the definition of a pop
not
artist.
to say, I do not dislike Taylor Swift. That was just my favorite version. And then when she switched genres, I fell off.
She's not Peter Pan. You gotta let her grow up.
You gotta let her grow up. I agree.
She can't be 17-year-old singing about.
Yeah,
she
country.
sure can't.
I think it's just crazy to me how
bit.
musicians can just like switch up genres like that.
Rosalia. Do you guys know Rosalia? Mm-mm. First album, all hardcore. All there is a nylon string and her singing, and it's flamenco music. It's nylon, beautiful. She does her second album, which is then like, and it's a lot of it's like her first album doesn't have any English in it. It's all Spanish.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. And then the second album is kind of like more like sad, kind of like, but it's like full pop arrangements.
Oh,
And then she did her most recent album, which is Motomami.
it's rap.
No, it's like Japanese inspired and like Hispanic and rap inspired, and it's wild and weird
Love
and
it.
beautiful. But that's another example of where it's like, oh, every moment you just decided to make a huge U-turn and it works.
You know what? I think I would support T Swift if all of a sudden she was like, you know what? I'm getting into Irish lilt.
Oh
You know,
my
like,
gosh.
like
I'm getting into death metal.
Oh, Johnny boy, like that kind of stuff.
Done.
I'd be like, you know what? I support this. You honestly, yeah, you be you.
Do you know about the Gaylors?
The Gaylors.
The people who think
I
Taylor Swift
know.
Wait, what?
Well, listen.
There's a fan group that is
T Swift is
enraged that
probably
Taylor
bi.
Swift
Let's
might
be real.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's probably bi, but like at this point, you know, she's probably gonna make more money being straight. I don't know. I don't really care. I stand her and Travis. I support this current straight relationship. And I know a lot of
and
people.
country.
you love football. and
Well,
country.
okay, here's the thing. I know like a lot of like the hardcore Swifties who've like stayed with her the whole time don't necessarily love Travis. And I'm like, I stand him so hard. Have you seen the clip of him?
Oh my God.
Like just being, because I don't like listen to new Taylor Swift stuff, but I still consume and adore her. And if someone was like, hey, I have a ticket to Eras, would I go see it? Absolutely, I would. I would go and I'd have probably the best time of my life. But have you seen him get up on stage and just be like, look at this woman? Look at this woman. I love that. I'm living for it.
I mean, she is like number one, like woman in charts right now
That's true.
in the world.
in the world, next to Beyonce.
Yeah, she should.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Beyonce,
Absolutely.
country album, let's go.
Oh my God.
Honestly, let's go. You know what? But like,
Did you listen to it?
here's the thing.
Yes.
Beyonce, I feel like,
Here you are.
was able to switch genres and kill it way better
That one's got a vinegary.
than T Swift. I mean, like, I'll follow Beyonce anywhere.
Like,
But not just because she's Beyonce, just because I think she can do it
Yeah.
more effectively. I don't know. She went from girl group to solo.
Yeah.
She can sing Broadway.
Yeah.
Anybody who can sing Broadway can do anything. I've not yet to see Taylor. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
This next
Alright.
one's Sweet Melissa.
Yeah, this is Three
Sweet
Ninjas.
Melissa.
They're great. They're great.
Got a girl on a nuke.
Yeah, it is a girl riding a nuke with
Yes.
a cowgirl hat.
All right.
Right.
To Melissa.
Huh?
No, it's not spicy at first bite. But I don't want to call it too soon because
Creeper?
I was called out by the
Ooh,
creep. The
this
creep
one has a
said,
creeper as well.
no one said,
Creep. No.
Oh yeah, it's a creeper. It's amazing that once you swallow the nugget, you feel the spice more. Yeah, I think that one's the most. That one did it. Yep, my nose feels. I feel it in my nose.
I feel something now.
Oh
yeah.
Just a lot of that.
This is great.
Animal style.
I'm gonna do one more.
I think this is animal style.
So for audio listeners, I'm gonna describe this to you. We're all eating chicken nuggets. This sauce is like kind of like a green viscous. It's vinegary. I think it might be best refrigerated a little bit, but there's chunks in it. So if you can scoop some chunks.
that one's the hottest. Yep.
And you can eat it with some chunks scooped on.
Good call.
I'm still not. Like, I'm not mad at you. I feel like I've had spicy food where I'm like viscerally angry.
You wanna get some chunks on it?
Is it so bad?
Do another one. Scoop it up like a.
I'm just taking a minute. Just taking a minute to keep by myself.
Yeah, you feel it now?
The chunks.
Yeah.
I feel like I got some chunks on my little bit that I got.
That one went down like straight to my nostril.
Yeah, you feel it. Okay.
It's a 4-word sting. It's stinging this side of my tongue and right here.
That one's good.
It's a sinus clear.
It's not like a hit it and quit it, but it's good.
That's right. Yeah, it's not a hit and quit.
Yeah.
I've had sauces where you're like, nope.
Yeah.
Not even like a nibble.
And I hear when you work your way up, it's not as bad. I feel like if you hit that
First,
it messes you up.
yeah. This needs to be at the beginning.
Yep.
That was nothing.
Well, maybe this is the end of the episode while we're all
I guess so. What
the
have we
original.
what have we concluded?
It's hard. Who
That's
fucking
good.
knows?
I feel the creeps for sure. And like definitely get the chunk.
Yeah, I might do more. I mean, you put more in there.
I did.
I'm just gonna grab a little more.
Ooh, I can feel my tongue kind of falling off.
Yeah, you're a little sweaty. You're looking a little clammy over there.
I've always want to go on the hot ones, and this is a good trial run.
I would need to be hospitalized if I went on the hot ones.
Yeah, I'm curious about the 8th one, which is called the bomb.
I wonder if they do have like a
taste
medical
bad.
team nearby.
Yeah, hear that? Everyone, they don't like the taste of the bomb. Woo! Okay, yeah, this is the end of the episode, everybody. There's nothing more substantive that's happening after this.
Yeah. Originality. Did we solve it?
Yeah, 100%.
So this is the winner.
Sweet Melissa.
Shout out to 3 Ninjas.